Is going on, guys? Welcome back. You already know where we are. We are in the garage working on this beast. We've gotten a couple things done. We're going to get a couple more things done. It's just easier to break it off into little chunks, try and get after it that way. We're going to open up one package that came in the mail here, and then we'll go over what I've done and what we are going to do. We'll take it from there. It's actually, it's late. It's like 11 o'clock. We've been here, there, everywhere today. It's super late. This is a super late night for me, but hey, you got to get it done. You just got to know. Some nights are going to be late nights. All right, this is from Amazon. I'm hoping that there's a note in here. There is a note. This is kind of a funky... Hi, Greg. Hope you find this handy. I've been watching for some time now and you still don't have any. And from Kyle. Well, what do I not have? Okay, it's a box. Oh my gosh, what are these? What are these? Come on, come on. Oh, yes. 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 This. Dude, Kyle, you are the man. Thank you so much. So this is a AN. Looks like I've never actually seen an adjustable AN, but these are so you don't scratch your fittings, which I've done a pretty good job. You can do it with normal wrenches if you're nice and gentle, but AN wrenches definitely help. That leads right into what we've been doing. We got the new air dog situated. I have the new feed line here. Goes like voila. We got the new bean sump completely tightened up underneath. That's all good to go. We got the new return from the air dog back into the filler neck. We have the return from the engine coming back here. We're actually waiting on a cap. We're going to cap that one off. Kind of just makes sense to do it the way I did it. We're still going to leave this one in here just for future use if we need to, but that is all situated. Got the filler neck back on here. Tank is back up in. We're good to go. And we spent some time trying to take off, as you can see here, we took out our bolt design. Yesterday, you did a good job of telling me that I was wrong. And I can admit that I was wrong, and that was a bad idea. So we went back to the carriage bolt design, which really, honestly, if I would have just left these straight, these little strings, would have been a very simple job. But I like curled them around my hand and crumpled them up and threw them in the trash. So we had to try and straighten these out, but we got them back in there. You can see, maybe you can't see. No, you're not going to be able to see, but the carriage bolts are in there. Everything is still loose. Getting ready to plop the bed back on probably tomorrow. I needed to finish up a couple of those little things. Bed will be back on tomorrow. I need to get the wheels back on. I want the bed back on. I want the wheels back on. That's going to give me, when you ever need just like a kick of motivation, and just seeing the bed back on and the wheels back on is going to make me be like, yes, we are very close. So that's the plan. I had some touch-up paint, went inside the inside there, touched up that paint that way that doesn't rust the bed out. But let me show you in the engine what we've been doing here. Odds and ends. Alternator back on, not a real whole lot to say. 2 bolts right there. Tensioner back on. Got our Cummins water pump. That is on. We have our power steering brackets, which you can kind of see. It's a 2-part bracket. This face piece bolts from the back side here, from the back side of the case. Bolts come out through this way. We have our engine ground. And then we have the bolt right here, which is still loose, holding the backside of the power steering mount. What I normally like to do is put the power steering pump kind of in this little cradle, get the bolt started, and then push that back up there, get them aligned, get them tight, and then tighten this bottom bolt down here. That's the way I usually do that. So that's next up on the list. What I do want to do is put our injectors in, put our push tubes or push rods in, get those situated, maybe even put the connector tubes in and torque them down. We'll see how far we get, seeing that it is so late. We are still waiting on our exhaust manifold from Steed Speed. That will be coming so we can put the turb ski on there. And miscellaneous things and such. Here are new injectors. I get a lot of questions about injectors. I have 3 companies: Exergy, Dynamite Diesel, and S&S. So these are 100% overs. These will be doing very, very well for what we got. 100% overs. 2 stock CP3K pumps, which are from Fleece. If you guys don't know, the CP3K is a stock pump with some stock limiters removed, so you have full fuel past 3,000. Your stock pump will stop, start tapering off around 3,000 RPM. These will, volume will still increase above that amount. So 2 slightly modified stock pumps, 100% overs, and 1 AirDog 204G. And if you guys didn't know, all that coupled with a Fleece 468 turbo to pair that with. I know I'm rambling here a little bit in the beginning. We'll get to the rest of the work here. Still slight confusion on what's going on with this truck and why, where are the triple turbos and everything else. This was our race truck last year. You guys, this is the truck that I blew up at the YouTube call out event. I forget, it was the first one. I forget which one it was, but this is the truck that we blew up at the YouTube call out event that had triple turbos. It was making tons of horsepower. Since then, we've then transitioned out of race truck mode for this truck. We will still be drag racing the truck. The truck has now shifted into the back on the street. It's going to do everything. It's going to tow. It's going to go to the track. It's going to daily drive. I'm going to show you guys the ins and outs of a really, really fun setup that makes around 8,850 to the tire, but can still tow, can still go to the track without changing a damn thing, and it is going to be sweet. It's going to be awesome. It's going to hit a lot of you guys that want to make a pretty decent horsepower, a pretty decent number, still be able to use the truck. Hey, your buddy calls up, hey, I'm on the side of the road. All right, let me grab the trailer. We don't need to worry about, flogging out the highway with smoke. It's just going to be a do-all, really, really nice setup. Now, I've had setups anywhere from 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200. This is a sweet spot. This is a sweet spot that you just hammer it and it just blows the tires off wherever, whenever you want, and it's still fun and has still good street manners. So that is the plan for the truck. Now, once we get out of that and I show you guys all that stuff, who knows? We might go back up to 950 and I'll take you guys through that. But this is a good, seems like everybody nowadays wants a pretty decent horsepower number, and 800 horse is going to hit a lot of guys. So that's what we're doing for now. That's the plan for this one. The silver truck that we go up and see at the fab shop that's getting the 4-link and the cage and all that, that is the new drag truck. Strictly drag racing, doesn't do any type of street use, anything. This is going to be another play vehicle. So anyway, hope that clears that up for some of you guys. Most of you guys already know that. I've been over that. So hopefully this truck is going to be the one that is going to be ready for the the upcoming YouTube call out event. I don't know how they're handling with, if you've already been there or you get called, you're allowed to go back. I don't know. I'm assuming that I'm allowed back. Guys, please have me back. But this is the truck. It'll probably be making 8,850. We'll bring this down there. Probably beat John Doc again. He's gonna claim some nonsense that we didn't beat him last time, but we'll probably beat him again in this heavy turd. But yeah, all right, let's get back to work. I know this is a late night. We're trying to get some stuff done. You guys got to give me credit for at least getting some stuff done tonight. So let's pop these injectors in. The injectors already come with new copper washers there on the bottom. That's a big thing if you're replacing your injectors. Make sure all of the copper washers come out of the cylinder head. You can really kind of not see down in there, but obviously there's no copper washers in here. And let's grab our push tubes, which are sitting over here. Valve train this year is from Trend Performance. They have pretty much all of our valve train. So these are their push tubes. Stage 2, which push tubes, really, you just fish down the hole, really go by feel. You can kind of feel them go into the tappet there riding on the cam. Has a pretty distinct like socket type feel. Of course, I can't feel it. There we go. And you can kind of smush it down And most of the times you can actually lift the lifter up a little bit, but it's kind of hard. These already have some lube on them. Now the back cylinders, there's actually holes cut out up here. You can kind of see, here's one hole. The other hole, I have my wiring harness hid up in the cowl, but that is where the other push tubes for cylinders 5 and 6 go into to gain clearance. So cylinders 1 through 4 just plop straight in. Those are for the other ones. So I'm gonna do those quick and then on to the next. And there we have it. There is one day closer to this beast being done. That is all we can squeeze in for this fine evening. We should have all the transmission crossmember stuff here very, very soon, maybe even tomorrow. So once that stuff is in, we can get the trans in, get the transfer case in. Getting very close, getting very, very close. Anyway, my friends, it is now 12 o'clock. It is past Greg's bedtime. It is time to wrap it up. Give me a thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. I will see you guys tomorrow. See you.